This exciting 50 quiz challenge will test your brain speed, memory power and general knowledge skills all together in one single game. No skipping, no cheating, let's start. Question number 1. Which tectonic plate movement created the massive Himalayan mountain range? Option B, Eurasian. The Himalayas formed when the Indian plate crashed into the Eurasian plate. This massive collision is actually still pushing the mountains higher every single year. What is the fastest speed a human nerve impulse travels? Option C, 270 miles per hour. Nerve impulses are incredibly fast, traveling at over 250 miles per hour. That's faster than a high-speed racing car, allowing your brain to react instantly. Which sleep stage is primarily responsible for vivid, intense dreaming? Option D, REM. REM stands for rapid eye movement. During this stage, your brain is almost as active as when you're awake, which is why your dreams feel so real. How many states make up the United States of America? Option B, 50. There are exactly 50 states in the Union. The last two to join were Alaska and Hawaii back in 1959, completing the map we know today. Which river carries the most water volume into the ocean? Option C, Amazon. While the Nile is longer, the Amazon River carries the most water. It discharges more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. What is the basic functional unit of the nervous system? Option A, neuron. Neurons are the building blocks of your brain. These specialized cells use electrical signals to send messages between your body and your mind. Which hormone regulates the body's internal sleep-wake circadian rhythm cycle? Option B, melatonin. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone. Your brain produces more of it when it gets dark, signaling to your body that it's time to rest. Who was the primary author of the American Declaration of Independence? Option B, Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was a gifted writer who drafted the Declaration in 1776. He wanted to explain exactly why the colonies deserved to be free. Which desert is known as the driest nonpolar place Earth? Option C, Atacama. The Atacama Desert in Chile is so dry that some parts haven't seen a drop of rain in centuries. It looks just like the surface of Mars. What gap do signals cross between two communicating nerve cells? Option A, synapse. A synapse is a tiny microscopic gap between neurons. Signals jump across this gap using chemicals to keep the message moving through your body. How many hours of sleep do teenagers typically require daily? Option C, 8 to 10 hours. Teenagers' brains are developing rapidly, so they need more sleep than adults. Getting 9 hours helps with memory, mood, and even physical growth. Which famous landmark was a gift from France to America? Option C, Statue of Liberty. This famous copper statue was a gift from France to celebrate American independence. It has stood in New York Harbor since 1886. Which imaginary line divides the Earth into northern-southern hemispheres? Option B, equator. The equator is the invisible belt around Earth's middle. It sits at 0 degrees latitude and experiences nearly equal day and night all year. Which part of the brain controls balance and muscle coordination? Option C, cerebellum. Located at the back of your brain, the cerebellum is like a mini-computer for movement. It's what allows you to walk smoothly without falling over. What is the scientific term for chronic inability to sleep? Option C, insomnia. Insomnia isn't just one bad night, it's a chronic struggle to fall or stay asleep. It can leave people feeling exhausted during the day. In which city is the official residence of American presidents? Option C, Washington, D.C. The White House is located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. It has been the home of every president since John Adams. What is the largest ocean covering one-third of Earth's surface? Option D, Pacific. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean on Earth. It's so big that it actually covers more area than all the continents combined. Which nervous system branch controls fight or flight emergency responses? Option A, sympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system is your body's alarm. It kicks in during stress, speeding up your heart rate to help you face a challenge. What do we call the phenomenon of walking while sleeping? Option C, somnambulism. Somnambulism is the formal name for sleepwalking. It usually happens during deep sleep, and most sleepwalkers don't remember their midnight strolls the next morning. Which document serves as the supreme law of the USA? Option B, Constitution. Written in 1787, the Constitution is the highest law in America. It defines how the government works and protects the basic rights of all citizens. Which country is both a continent and a sovereign nation? Option B, Australia. Australia is unique because it's the only place on Earth that is a full continent, an island, and a single country all at once. What fatty substance insulates nerve fibers to speed up signals? Option B, myelin. Myelin acts like the plastic insulation on an electrical wire. It wraps around nerve fibers to make sure electrical signals travel as fast as possible. During which sleep phase does the body repair damaged tissue? Option C, deep sleep. During deep sleep, your body goes into repair mode. This is when growth hormones are released to fix tissues and build strong bones and muscles. Which war was fought between the American North and South? Option B, Civil War. The Civil War was a four-year struggle between the Northern Union and Southern Confederacy. It ultimately ended slavery and kept the United States together. Which mountain is the highest point above global sea level? Option B, Mount Everest. Standing at over 29,000 feet, Mount Everest is the highest point on Earth. It sits on the border between Nepal and China in the Himalayas. Which brain lobe processes visual information from your two eyes? Option D, occipital. Even though your eyes are at the front, the occipital lobe at the very back of your brain is what actually deciphers the images you see. What is the dangerous condition of stopping breathing during sleep? Option B, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a disorder where breathing repeatedly stops and starts. It's often marked by loud snoring and feeling tired even after a full night's rest. Which American state is the largest by total land area? Option C, Alaska. Alaska is massive. You could fit Texas into Alaska twice and still have room left over. It became the 49th state in 1959. Which canal connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean? Option B, Panama. The Panama Canal is a man-made shortcut. It allows ships to travel between the Atlantic and Pacific without sailing all the way around South America. What are the long extensions that carry signals away neurons? Option C, axons. Axons are the long, tail-like parts of a neuron. They act like long-distance cables, carrying electrical impulses away from the cell body to other nerves. How much of a human life is spent sleeping normally? Option C, 1/3. If you live to be 90, you'll spend about 30 years asleep. It sounds like a lot, but your brain needs that time to recharge. Who was the first person to serve as American president? Option C, George Washington. Washington was a Revolutionary War hero who became the first president in 1789. He is often called the father of his country. Which European country is shaped like a giant leather boot? Option C, Italy. If you look at a map of Europe, Italy's peninsula looks exactly like a high-heeled boot, kicking the island of Sicily. It's one of the easiest countries to spot. Which part of the nervous system includes brain and spinal cord? Option B, central. The central nervous system is the command center. It consists of the brain and spinal cord, which together process all the information for your body. What brainwave pattern is associated with deep, restorative sleep? Option C, delta. Delta waves are slow brainwaves that occur during the deepest stage of sleep. This is the stage where it's hardest to wake someone up. On which date do Americans celebrate their National Independence Day? Option B. On July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. Today, Americans celebrate with fireworks and backyard barbecues. Which island nation is known as the Land of Fire? Option A, Iceland. Iceland is called the Land of Fire and Ice because it's full of both massive glaciers and very active volcanoes. It's a land of total contrasts. Which chemical messengers transmit signals across the neural synaptic gap? Option C, neurotransmitters. These are chemical messengers. They carry signals across the gap between neurons so the brain can communicate with itself. What term describes the brain's ability to reorganize neural pathways? Option B, plasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's amazing ability to change and adapt. Every time you learn something new, your brain is actually physically rewiring itself. Which city is famously known as the Big Apple, America? Option C, New York City. New York earned the nickname, the Big Apple, in the 1920s. Today, it's the most populated city in America and a global center for culture. Which layer of Earth's atmosphere contains the vital ozone layer? Option B, stratosphere. The stratosphere contains the ozone layer, which acts like a giant shield. It absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation before it reaches us. What is the largest part of the human brain called? Option C, cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. It handles all the complex stuff, like thinking, learning, speaking, and even your personal emotions. Which muscle stays active to help humans breathe during sleep? Option B, diaphragm. Even when you're unconscious, your diaphragm muscle keeps working. It moves up and down automatically to keep oxygen flowing in your lungs. Which mountain range runs along the western coast of America? Option B, Rockies. The Rocky Mountains stretch over 3,000 miles from Canada down through the western United States. They are famous for their jagged peaks and beautiful parks. What is the world's smallest country by total land area? Option B, Vatican City. Vatican City is an independent city-state located entirely within Rome, Italy. It's less than half a square kilometer in size. Which involuntary system controls your heartbeat and digestive processes? Option B, autonomic. The autonomic system handles automatic jobs you don't think about, like beating your heart or digesting your lunch. How often does the REM sleep cycle repeat every night? Option B, 90 minutes. A normal sleep cycle lasts about an hour and a half. We usually go through 4 to 6 of these cycles every single night. Which event triggered the United States to enter World War II? Option A, Pearl Harbor. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the Pearl Harbor naval base in Hawaii, forcing the United States to join the war. Which deep oceanic trench is the lowest point on Earth? Option B, Mariana. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific is almost 7 miles deep. If you put Mount Everest inside it, the peak would still be underwater. Which part of the brain regulates body temperature and hunger? Option B, hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is your body's thermostat. It monitors to make sure your temperature, hunger, and thirst stay at the perfect levels.
Quiz over, everybody. Let us know how many answers you got right today, and subscribe now for more fun and challenging knowledge videos.